The air in Boquete, Panama, is different, rich with coffee, earth and wild orchids. This small town sits in a lush valley, watched over by a sleeping giant Volcán Barú. At 3,475 meters, it's Panama's highest point. From its summit you can see both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. This isn't just a mountain, it's a legend that calls to every adventurer. I came to Boquete with that call echoing in my mind. The volcano shapes the land, the weather, and the people's respect for nature. For travelers, it's the ultimate challenge, not to conquer the mountain, but to conquer yourself. The plan: hike through the night, reach the summit before dawn, and witness the legendary sunrise. You trade comfort for cold, sleep for struggle, but the reward is immense. To stand on the roof of Panama, watching the sun rise over two oceans, is a moment that changes you. This is why we seek adventure. The decision was made. The volcano was waiting. In Boquete, surrounded by anticipation, final preparations began. The mountain demands respect and readiness. The journey to the top is more than a walk, it's a test of will and spirit. The challenge was accepted, the giant was waiting and I was ready to answer its call. The adventure was set, the air buzzed with excitement and nerves. Locals nodded knowingly, they understood the mountain's power. I checked my gear one last time, heart pounding. The night before the climb, sleep was impossible. I replayed the route in my mind, visualizing every step. The mountain loomed, silent and patient. I felt small, but determined. The first step would be the hardest, but I was ready. The mountain awaited, and I would answer. Success on Volcán Barú starts with preparation. In my small room, I laid out only the essentials. Every ounce mattered. Layers for the cold thermal base, fleece, waterproof shell, thick wool socks, a warm hat, gloves, non-negotiable, a reliable headlamp, plus backup and extra batteries, sturdy broken-in hiking boots for the rocky terrain, a compact first aid kit, blister pads, bandages, painkillers, high-energy snacks, nuts, dried fruit, energy bars, 3 liters of water in a hydration bladder, a small flask of hot tea for morale. Preparation is about anticipating problems and having solutions ready. Mental preparation is just as important. I visualized the hike, accepted the challenge, and focused on one step at a time. Don't think about the summit, just the next 10 feet. Breaking the journey into small pieces makes it manageable. With gear packed and mind focused, I was ready. The mountain was waiting. The night was cold, but my resolve was strong. I double-checked everything, knowing there'd be no second chances. The weight of my pack felt heavy, but necessary. I reminded myself, every item had a purpose. The anticipation was electric. I took a deep breath, steadying my nerves. This was the moment before the leap. Preparation was complete, it was time to go. The adventure began now. Just before midnight, we started our journey. A 4x4 dropped us at the National Park entrance. The air was cool, thick with earth and leaves. My headlamp cut a narrow tunnel through the darkness. The world shrank to the path ahead. The trail began as a gentle gravel road, alive with jungle sounds, chirping insects, distant birds, rustling leaves. As we climbed, the path grew steeper and rougher. My breathing deepened. I found a rhythm. Breathe in, step, breathe out, step. The dense jungle pressed in, giant trees blocking out the stars. My headlamp caught glimpses of moss, spider eyes, and twisted roots. The air grew colder with every meter gained. I pulled my hat down, zipped my jacket, and pressed on. The jungle faded into cloud forest, mist swirling in the beam of my light. The world felt ancient, mysterious, reduced to small, illuminated details. Every step was a test. Loose rocks, deep ruts, slippery mud. Focus was everything. A misstep could mean disaster. After hours, the trees thinned, the mist thickened. The climb was relentless, but the beauty was a powerful reward. The mountain made us earn every meter. There was no sense of time, only the steady effort of moving forward. The night was silent except for my breath and the crunch of gravel. The summit felt impossibly far, but I kept going. The jungle had let us in. Now the mountain would decide if we belonged. A midnight hike up a volcano isn't lonely. You're part of a silent tribe. Distant headlamps bobbed ahead and behind, small beacons of shared struggle. I met a young German couple. We swapped stories, encouraged each other, then parted ways. A local guide led a group with quiet confidence, sharing knowledge of plants and the elusive Quetzal. His calm presence reminded us, we are only visitors here. These brief encounters broke up the long hours, giving bursts of energy and camaraderie. Simple words, "You're doing great," meant everything in the cold, dark night. We shared snacks, water, and encouragement, then continued on our separate journeys. Each person faced their own challenge, but our paths crossed in fleeting moments of connection. There was a deep respect among us, a scattered community of adventurers. The mountain united us, if only for a few steps. In the darkness, we found solidarity. The climb was personal but never truly solitary. Every encounter was a reminder, we were all in this together. The mountain attracts those searching for something more. We pushed on, fueled by shared purpose. The summit called to all of us. The final third of the hike is where the real battle begins. The trail steepens, turning into a scramble over loose volcanic rock. Every step forward feels like half a step back. The altitude bites, thin air, burning lungs, heavy legs. This is where your body begs to stop, and your mind must take over. You break the journey into tiny goals. Just reach the next rock, the next bend. Don't look up, focus on your feet, on the next step. The cold is relentless, wind howling across exposed ridges. My fingers went numb, my face stiff with cold. A sip of hot tea was a lifeline, a small victory against the elements. In these moments you learn to appreciate the simplest comforts. The darkness plays tricks on your mind, shadows dance, doubts creep in. Is the summit really up there? Will we make it in time? This is the final test. Dig deep, find strength you didn't know you had. It's not about physical power anymore, it's about stubborn willpower. Refuse to give up, the mountain strips you down to your core. Every step is a lesson in perseverance. The wind, the cold, the exhaustion, they're all part of the challenge. You learn what you're truly made of. The summit feels impossibly far, but you keep moving. The reward is not just the view, but the journey itself. The struggle is the story. The mountain demands everything, and gives back more. In the darkness you find your resolve, the hardest part is behind you, the summit is near, you press on. After hours of climbing, we reached the summit in darkness. The wind was fierce, we huddled behind towers, waiting. Exhaustion mixed with exhilaration, we had made it. Other hikers gathered, faces turned east in silent anticipation. Then the sky began to glow, a thin line of orange and pink on the horizon. Colors spread and deepened, painting the world in reds, oranges, and purples. The sun's promise transformed everything. Clouds below us glowed, creating a sea of light. We stood on an island in the sky, watching a new day being born. As the sun broke over the horizon, warmth spread across my face. The light revealed the incredible landscape. Caribbean Sea to the east, Pacific Ocean to the west. From this sacred spot you could see two oceans. The sight was humbling, connecting me to the planet in a profound way. Tears welled up, gratitude, joy, awe. The pain and exhaustion melted away. Every step had led to this perfect, unforgettable view. We had walked through darkness and now stood in the light. This was the prize. The descent is a different journey. The trail revealed in daylight feels like a new world. What was mysterious at night is now a rocky path through stunning scenery. Sheer drops, ancient trees, and vibrant colors come into view. The first part is tough on the knees. Loose scree demands careful steps. Trekking poles help, but now fatigue is replaced by the memory of sunrise. The world is alive, birds singing, sky brilliant blue. Sunbeams pierce the cloud forest, lighting up moss, ferns, and bromeliads. Hummingbirds flit, monkeys call in the distance. The mountain reveals its secrets in daylight. Reaching the park entrance is a moment of triumph. Sore legs, tired body, soaring spirit. Looking back, it's hard to believe we stood on the summit just hours ago. The mountain is peaceful, majestic in the sun. The descent completes the journey, closing the circle. Up in darkness, down in light, filled with gratitude and accomplishment. The mountain gives a challenge, then a gift. The adventure is complete. Hiking Volcán Barú is more than reaching the top. It's a lesson in strength and humility. You discover resilience when you keep going despite exhaustion. That strength stays with you long after the soreness fades. The summit teaches humility. You're a tiny part of a vast, powerful world. The mountain puts your worries in perspective. It stood for millennia, and will outlast us all. This realization is freeing, connecting you to something bigger. The journey matters as much as the destination. The best moments are the small ones. Encouragement from a stranger, hot tea in the cold, steady breathing in the dark. Life is like that. The struggle makes the reward sweeter. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. By choosing hard things, you open yourself to incredible experiences. You create lasting memories and become stronger, more grateful. Volcán Barú was more than a hike. It was a lesson in living fully. The mountain changed me. I left with new confidence and perspective. The adventure's lessons will last a lifetime. I've shared my story. Now what's your Volcán Barú? Your challenge might not be a mountain, but it's calling you. Listen to that call. Don't ignore it. Life is the greatest adventure. Choose to take the first step. If you ever find yourself in Panama, consider this journey. Stand in Boquete, feel the pull, and climb toward the sunrise. It will test you, change you, and reward you. The world is full of amazing places waiting to be explored. My mission is to inspire you to seek your own adventures. If my story sparks something in you, join this community. Let's build a tribe that chooses courage over comfort. Subscribe, follow, and become part of the expedition. Let's inspire each other to climb our own mountains. Your adventure is waiting. Answer the call.